This Life. My name is MJ. You know me as Merlize Joke. It has been 4 years of filming this podcast and we are finally back. But this time, I'm not alone. Today we're going to be discussing a little bit of why it took so long to get back onto the show, and we're going to get to know the co-host a little bit more because he's going to be joining me on the next couple of episodes for the next few weeks. So thank you for joining us. Please click subscribe and like and all the wonderful things because we're going to have fire conversations that we really want you to get involved with. So, Phinius.
What's up?
How are you? How are you?
Good and you?
This is my co-host, Phinius.
You said the next few weeks. I thought it's the next 10 years.
10 years? Well, I mean, we have to start out somewhere. It's been 4 years of a massive
I feel
gap.
like I'm going to get fired.
Fired?
You know, so just give me some years, not like 4 weeks.
Wow. Okay, so this is Phinius. Phinius is doing the most amazing thing. He works specifically in social spaces, social development spaces, with people who are homeless, with gender-based violence victims. He does incredible work, and recently they acquired an entire property to help people in this area. He's also got a few other skills and gifts. One of them is poking me. This is why he's here.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about why you're here, why you decided to do this, and if I annoyed you enough to drag you all the way here.
Listen, I don't know. First of all, thank you for having me. I don't know why you asked me to, but I'm excited.
You kind of volunteered a little bit though.
Not really. I kind of pushed your buttons to kind of start this thing again, and you were like, yeah, I want to do it, but not without you. Can you join? So thank you for having me. I don't know, man. I think from the previous shows that you've been having with different people, I love the transparency, I love the openness, I love the vulnerability of how you engage with the people that you talk to. Because I think people are looking for more authenticity out there rather than, being fake and not being honest about what human beings go through. So I'm here to have an open conversation with you about some weird stuff. Unlimited, uncensored, I hope.
Uncensored, wow. Finally.
I mean,
because it's been a while.
There's few ways they're not allowed, though.
What? No. So we had this debate. I'm going to talk the way that I talk when I talk to you all the time.
Do you know how many kids are on TikTok?
I'm not going to use the F word.
Okay, you better not.
It's not in my vocabulary.
Okay, you're not allowed even to use the S word.
No, shit is in my vocabulary.
Oh, you can't say that. You have to say crap,
No, crap is not in my vocabulary. That's very weird. And I'm a visual person. I'm automatically going to visualize what crap means.
Okay, fine. Sue her, not me.
Wow, nobody's suing anybody.
Okay.
The thing I wanted to talk about today was also, you asked me to reintroduce myself. And I wanted us to do this in this episode.
Okay.
Because I realized yesterday when I was thinking about it that most people don't know what happened to me. And I'm not talking about my story. I'm talking about I had this show, things were going really well, and then I just kind of disappeared.
Listen, you're not the same woman 4 years ago.
Based on what you've seen.
Yeah.
But I think...
I'm glad though, because, some people get to see the before, some people get to see the after.
Yeah. Yeah, but the one thing I must say is the last 4 years I've grown quite a bit.
Yeah.
I've also become a lot more detailed and how specific with how I do this thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the second week we're filming, let's just be very honest, and last week was a bit of a mess. Everything went beautifully except there was no audio. So when I had a meltdown on Monday when I realized I'm starting to realize that this is my year of intentionality, and one of the reasons I'm starting Owning This Life again, and it's the reboot series, guys, is because I'm still me, but I'm a better version of me. I think the last 4 years has refined me as a person, even in the conversations that I'm having with people. I know you because of those conversations, because we have conversations in private that...
Yeah, and the first private conversation, you brought a bodyguard.
Well, I mean,
and she was looking at me the whole time, and I'm like, this woman is looking at me and she's not saying nothing. And I'm talking to you, and I'm like, what are you doing here?
Well, I mean, you have to be realistic. I live in South Africa. I'm only in Cape Town for a year. And I need to be cognizant of the fact that I'm not always safe.
Of me?
I didn't know who you were. You could have been a criminal for all I know.
Typical black man stereotype.
Typical? Wow. As far as you know me, I'd never do that, number one. And number two, I have a thing for black men, so that would be the last thing on my mind.
I think I have a friend from Nigeria. So.
Ooh, that is a... I'm not even going to go there because You manifested something in my life after making that comment, by the way. So we're going to leave that there. But the thing about it is also the reason why I felt like having a co-host was better. Was because I had a lot of guests in the last seasons. It was amazing. The opportunities that were opening up were amazing. But I was doing the Oprah thing. And there were people saying to me, oh my God, you remind me of a South African
Listen,
Oprah.
you can be the Oprah or be Dr. Phil. Well, I would try.
Well, you did say that this week. But the thing for me was, I don't want to, I love the way that Oprah had her own original format.
Right.
And for me, meaningful, authentic conversations are important. And since I've been speaking to you, that's what always happens. Because Phineas will catch you off guard with things you don't expect to come out of his mouth.
Yeah, I think you went to the bathroom, not for number 1 or 2. I think you went to weep. I think it was
I've wept 3. A few times, unfortunately. But also,
and you left me with your bodyguard, and your bodyguard was still looking at me, and I'm like,
actually,
okay.
I didn't go to the bathroom.
I was like,
that was the phone call that you caught me off guard with, and she was sitting behind the laptop, by the way.
Right. Okay.
And she actually was sharing
headphones. Like she was doing something.
No, she had her headphones on, and then when she saw me crying, she took it off for a second, and then she thought she's not going to get involved, and put them back on. And I'm sitting and crying, then thinking, why am I crying? But I needed people to see this kind of conversation that I actually have in private. I know we both liked him, Ross, and something that he said was that he brought his private conversations into the public eye and public spaces. And I have these conversations actually regularly. And of late, maybe in the last 6 months, I've met people who want to go there.
I think Tim Ross, I think when I think of freedom, I think of people like him. You know, when I think of healing, I think of people like him, because you realize that shame and guilt has no stronghold on you. You know, so I hope that we're gonna be that free and that healed, that we'll have uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable to who? See, vulnerability is uncomfortable, I guess. We know this. We had a vulnerable conversation once that I wanted to puke. I feel like a lot of those are gonna happen.
Listen, my friends know me like that. I don't do mediocre conversations. You see that we're gonna go
really?
deep? You see
this
that we're
is the man who said to me, I know you don't do small talk.
Listen, we gotta have genuine conversations. Not this thing, how are you, how's the weather? I don't do that stuff. No.
That sounds familiar. So tell me what being on a platform like this means to you, because I know you've done radio before. On screen is a very different space. Although you must see his images on Facebook. Like he is
do you know how many takes I take though? They don't get to tell you this. If you see the behind the scenes, you're gonna laugh.
Really?
It takes a lot of shots for me to create.
He doesn't take pictures with me in them, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but I know I do that on purpose, because I would have to take 1,000 selfies for you to pick the right one. I see women.
I'm not fussy.
Listen, every single time when a woman takes a picture, they zoom in. What's up with that? Why are you zooming in? What are you looking for?
I'm a photographer. I have no reason to do that.
Yeah, but I don't take pictures with women specifically because of that. Because you take 1,000, you only pick one.
Yeah, okay. Then I'm not the average.
And you gotta look for the beauty, you know, the beauty side.
No, but we're photographers, both of us, so we kind of know what to look for. I'm going to be doing that in 2 seconds flat. I don't have time to go through 10,000 pictures. Who's got the effort, the time for that? But yeah, I like my question. What does it mean to be on a show like this, and what is your general idea of the outcomes that you're looking at?
To be honest, I'm a little bit nervous because I know you're gonna push buttons.
I warned him.
But I really hope that this gets to be translated into people's lives when it comes to having genuine conversations about life, because we put in band-aids on issues that need a surgery. So I know me and you speak a lot about trauma and all those things and narcissism and all these difficult English words. But I really hope that this simplifies some of the things that we get to experience in life, not as, you know, professors and lecturers on those specific topics, but as people who have experienced life and have a little bit of wisdom when it comes to how to navigate through the difficulties of life. So I'm nervous, but at the same time, I think anything great requires a little bit of, you know. So I'm excited to be here with you and have these conversations.
What exactly are you nervous about?
I'm nervous about people finding out about a side of me that is only private. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you know, I mean, we're not going to bring everybody's dirty laundry on the platform.
Yeah, we're not going to be talking about other people.
The world is not safe out there. You know, we don't want to be dragged, you know, or people to look at us funny, you know, when they see us on the street. But my hope is that we we help people heal through having honest conversations about life. So yeah.
I think the one thing I'm looking forward to most, and this only occurred to me this week, so I'm glad the delay happened, is the fact that we also need to cover things that we are still working on.
Sure.
What I find, and a lot of people who are well known in healing spaces or motivational spaces are saying things like, you speak about the things that you will really work through because then you have the example.
Yeah.
But what we're not showing, and this is the reason, the essential reason for owning this life in the beginning was because we never give people access to the process.
Yes.
We tell them after the process, and then the details of that process is gone, right? We're not writing down every single moment of what we're going through.
I mean, somebody told me that human beings connect better through their weaknesses, not their strength. You know, and a lot of times, like TD Jake said something that, you know, everybody wants to be like me, but nobody wants to go through the process.
Exactly.
But I think it's because he doesn't show the process. But also I understand, because it takes a very vulnerable heart and humility to show people you are
still going through
up
stuff.
and down. Yeah, exactly. You know, nobody likes that part. I think everybody likes people on the mountaintop, but the process of getting to the mountain, I don't think people celebrate that unless you're on a journey of losing weight and people get to see the progression of that. People kind of like,
that everyone wants that, but then they're not actually doing it themselves, which is weird to me. It's like, I want to watch your before and after during the process and whatever, but I'm not going to do the same thing you're doing. That is voyeurism.
Yeah.
You said something interesting now, and I'm going to mention Tim Ross again, because what I'm finding is this whole idea of also getting to a mountaintop is a fallacy. There's no way that we are going to get to a peak. And my friend actually had this wild experience on Sunday where we went to literally a place that was a rooftop, a mountaintop sort of scenario where there are wealthy, rich people who we had the most fabulous, what do you call it? Chef curated meals, that kind of, I mean, the service was amazing and we felt trapped. No, really, we couldn't wait to leave.
Wow.
And when we
was it the music?
No, it was just the environment.
Oh, okay.
There's one thing about getting to a place where you are revered and looked up to and you've gone through all these things. But getting to that space, I think, emotionally is different than actually being there physically. So we were there physically, but emotionally we weren't even, we didn't feel at home in that space. So we left the people there.
Wow.
And we went to go and walk bare feet on the sand at the beach. Because this is what we do. And the concept of the basement at that moment made so much sense to me because this is where the real people are. This is where those of us who consider who we are becoming in the process reside. Getting to those mountaintop places is really not the aim. And it woke me up this week because I'm like, why am I doing this?
Also, you need to ask yourself if they are ladders, because I don't think they are ladders in life, to be honest.
They aren't.
I think we all at the same place. With social media, a lot of us
think we are bigger than
we
are.
Actually broke. But also what I realized with every mountain, when you get at the top of the mountain, there's another mountain to climb. There's never the such thing as I have arrived kind of thing. I think the minute you think you have arrived, that's when life humbles you, you know?
Oh, it's such a hard way. In such a hard way.
But also when you get at the top by yourself, with other people around you, it becomes even more difficult.
But you know what I realized was the amount of superficiality that comes with getting to that place without actually having to go through the process of belonging there, right? And what we had experienced was now all of a sudden we really have a calm sort of lifestyle. We make lifestyle choices that allow us to live our lives as opposed to rush towards something. And going there on a Sunday afternoon after church felt like such a jump. Like I wasn't prepared for what I was going to experience. And being in that room where superficiality was literally the basis of the conversation, we were literally falling asleep at the table. No, I'm not even kidding. And I watched.
I would rather go to the hood and get some chicken feet and some other stuff.
And have a real conversation.
And have, like, you know, really nice amapiano music and walk the streets. I think that's more authentic to me than chilling in the restaurant wearing something that I've just, you know.
I'm not.
And also, I don't like this expensive restaurant where you go in and then you order something. And you're like...
You're calculating how much the meal's going to cost at the end of the day.
But it's like, this thing is very small. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, for how much? I'm like, nah. That's why I don't like.
Some of it is worth it because we had that a few days before, and it was for Claudia's birthday, and it was the best.
Sorry, I'm a little bit stingy. I don't.
No, it was the best experience. The experience was great, and that's what we're after: is the experience, not the room with the wealthy people who literally have emotional. They have no emotional understanding or even any self-awareness.
Yeah.
That is the crappiest.
For me, it's personally hard to go to places like that because of the people that I work with. You know, there's this.
You rub shoulders with them bougie people.
There's this conscious thing of me, like even around where I live in Muizenberg, I don't go into some of the restaurants because it's very hard, man. Because detaching yourself from other human beings when it comes to where you are in life is a little bit harder. You know, to watch your friends looking through dustbins trying to get something to eat, and when you are chilling in a restaurant eating a nice meal.
Yeah, that's got to sting a bit.
It doesn't sit well. So that's why I'm saying that getting to the top by yourself without the people around you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's wise. If you're a billionaire, please make sure that your friends are at least 1,000 years or at least, you know. You can't be the only billionaire or millionaire around. Nah.
People need to humble
We're gonna come for you while you're sleeping.
No, I get you. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more in the next episode. I think we're gonna get more into a real topic. But I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate you putting up with my moods because of late it's been moody.
I grew up with 7 cousins, so I can deal with you. And they're black.
I don't know what the correlation is, but okay, I'll go.
You will find out.
Oh wow. No, but I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
You know, just to get a little bit sensitive.
Yeah.
You know what this journeys look like for me.
Yeah.
And how disappointing losing the show and everything on top of that was for me. So this is a scary process for me, having to do everything from end to end on my own and making sure that everything is done well. Is really a terrifying process. Also having to show this side of me that people didn't see after the destruction in my life, right? And I mean, we've had very similar experiences in some areas of our lives, but I really do appreciate it. I know I don't say it to you. I know I give you a hard time. I was very wild this morning. I was like, just be with me today because I'm having an emotional day. But I really am grateful.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
No, it's going to be fun.
Let's go.
Thank you guys for joining. So now you get to know who my co-host is, where I'm coming from. And I hope you guys join this journey with us. We want to build a community of people who connect with us in these conversations. Some of these conversations are going to rub you the wrong way. Some of them are going to rub both of us the wrong way. But we're also going to have amazing guests who we ask real questions. And we want to make this fun and exciting. I'm trying to learn how to talk Gen Z a little bit so that I can bring everyone in. That is a completely new thing for me. So I'm hoping we can get a guest on that can help me with that, because what's happening outside is wild. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is the very first episode of season 4, Owning This Life Reboot. It's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for what's going to happen. I will see you in the next episode.